Shall we start or you want me to wait?
Sir, this is Anusha, sir, from GNIT IT department. Our students, dear students, so this is Dr. K. Ramasubramanian, sir. He is having teaching field for over 23 years experience, and also he has his doctorate from Sri Satya Sai University, and his research is on the subject voice over internet protocol, and also he is currently working as an associate professor in CSC department in KL University, deemed to be Hyderabad. Okay, and also here having a rich experience as a research guide and currently giving a 5 research scholars and has delivered a guest lectures for the many colleges all over Telangana. His works in data science, cybersecurity, and latest trends in the VoIP has been published in many reputed international journals. He has a great expertise in programming languages and has taught more than 100 batches of students in Python, Java, and C++. Now I invite Dr. K. Ramasubramanian sir for addressing the gathering followed by the webinar talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving an introduction. And I thank Jayanti madam and thank all the faculties of GNIT those have given the opportunity to me. So let us go to our topic. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And also is my PPT is visible? I'll just 1 second. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, dear students, we will discuss today about a blockchain technology. I think nowadays this word is very famous, very catchy word, blockchain technology. So the next 40-45 minutes or to 1 hour, we will discuss or we will know or we'll try to understand what is blockchain technology and what are all the various applications where this blockchain technology can be used. So first, let us understand what is blockchain. So when you talk about the definition of blockchain, a blockchain is a distributed database used to hold records of digital data. So what do you mean by this? Same, when you have group of data, you know very well, nowadays we are all talking about huge amount of data. So how we are maintaining this huge amount of data? We can maintain this huge amount of data in 2 ways. One is by using a centralized database and another one is by using a distributed database. So centralized database means the whole data is kept in only one server. I think you know that. The entire database or the entire huge amount of data is kept in only one server. And from that server only the data, whatever we want, will be retrieved. Whereas in the case of distributed database, we divide the whole database into small pieces, and each piece is kept in different places, that is different database, and they are all having multiple copies. That means a piece of data, you never store it in one single server. You will copy the same data in many servers, multiple servers. That means you redundant the data. I think you know very well the meaning of redundant means duplicating the data. So distributed database means divide the data into small pieces and each piece is duplicated and kept in different servers. So same data you can see in different servers, and you are not keeping the whole data, you are dividing the data into number of pieces. So what is the advantage of redundant data? That is, we need to understand. So it stores, the stored information exists in multiple copies spread over multiple computers. So if you have multiple copies, what is the advantage? When you have multiple copies, we have two advantages. One is, if you lose the data from one place, you can get the data, same data you can get from another place. I think you know that. If you lose data in one server, same data I can get it from another server. So because of this, availability is more. So one advantage is availability. Second advantage of having redundancy, the most important advantage is, if you change the data in one place, if you update the data in one place, those updations cannot happen or will not happen in another place. So because of this, it is not possible to change or alter the data without the knowledge of all people who are involved in that particular database. So that is what is called tamper resistant vision. Tampering means, you know, doing some changes. Resistant means not allowing. So tamper resistant means not allowing to do any changes. So when you talk about blockchain technology, the basic concept of blockchain technology is, it is a distributed database used to hold records of digital data. They are stored in such a way that they are tamper resistant. Now next question is coming, how they are tamper resistant? See, the whole data we divide into small pieces. Each piece we say is a block. Each piece we say is called a block. And these blocks are connected with each other like linked list. You have studied linked list concept in data structures. So in the linked list, what happens? Every node, link part contains the address of next node, will say. Similarly here, each block is connected with next block, next block, next block by using the concept of hashing. With the help of hash functions or with the help of hashing concept, these blocks are connected with each other. Because they're all connected with each other, we say it is called chain, we say. So blockchain means dividing the biggest or the longest or the largest data into small redundant data called blocks, and these blocks are connected with each other, in form of chain or in form of links. So that's the reason we say it is called blockchain. So next question is coming, why we need to know about blockchain technology? Actually, the concept of blockchain technology has become very famous because of something called Bitcoin. Because of something called Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we say, is called virtual currencies, we say. Virtual currencies means, nowadays, when you talk about money, money is in form of what? Rupees, dollars, pounds. So we have money in different forms with respect to different countries. So these are all, ultimately, they are all present in form of physical. That means you can see that, you can feel those currencies. But just imagine, virtual currencies means you cannot see that currency. You cannot see the currency, but you have the value for that. And you know well, if you or me printed a note, that is printed a rupee note, they won't accept. People won't accept that. Because these notes are being printed by government of India or any country, a particular government of that particular country only prints that money, then only we accept that. But these virtual currencies are not printed or not represented by any country. They are not structured or they are not represented, they are not implemented by any particular country. They are all exist only logically. So what is Bitcoin, how it works, that we will understand in a separate session. But today, whatever we understand is only about blockchain. So now, what is blockchain? So two things you should understand. Blockchain is a distributed database. Okay. And second one is, they are all connected with each other with help of multiple copies. That is, there